Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing? Good morning, good morning. So I'll just turn you guys around in just a second. Hey, good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Chrissy. I'm excited. Who's excited for today? What's up, Nancy? Hey, what's up, Radoslava? Good morning, Heba. Good morning, Jean. What's up, Naneka? So I'm gonna turn you guys around, okay? So you guys can see me. Good morning. I'm super excited today, right? So I'm just setting up right now. I'm just making sure that I can read you all's comments and making sure that everything is there and fine. But who is excited? First of all, I want to welcome you guys to Cake and Round the Clock 2.0. Okay? It is an amazing event that has been organized by both Christy and I, along with a lot of other people. We've been working really hard, but essentially, what we're doing is we're putting together 18 demos for you guys 24 hours around the clock in order to get these techniques, tricks, and things and to bring the community together. I'm excited because this 24 hours is going to be action packed, full of absolutely amazing techniques, tricks, and things that you may have seen, but you may see in a different way. So you can expect a lot of different things from a lot of different artists from all around the world. So do me a favor and tune in as often as possible. Okay? One of the things that you guys can do to support the artist is to share their post. Okay? Invite your friends to watch it. These guys are putting in the time, the effort in order to bring some amazing things for you guys to see. So do me a favor. If you see them go live, click that share button. Okay? Show them some love. All right. First of all, I want to thank all of the sponsors. There are many of them. I'm going to thank them in the beginning. So first, thanks to Cake Play, Marvelous Modes, Roxy Rich, Cakes by Carol, FMM, Sugar Press, Icing Inspirations. Thanks to Simi Cakes. Thanks to Sweetheart Master. Thanks to More Than Cakes. And thanks to M Cakes and Sweet Treats. Okay. Cool. So who's excited? Do me a favor. If you can hear me, send me some love. If you can see me, send me some thumbs up. What's up, Cheryl? Hey, good morning. What's up? So I'm going to be getting started in just a second. I advise everybody, I don't know if you guys know, but if you guys tuned in last time, guess what happened? We did a giveaway. And I want to especially thank Sugar Press and FMM because I'm going to be doing the same giveaway. So it's important that you listen to some of the things that I say because I'm going to be asking a question and we'll announce at the end of this video who is the winner, okay? Ooh, Kiva, I remember you. What's up, Brian? Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Lace. Okay, so I don't have a lot of time, I'm sorry, but I want to show you guys how you can make a quick like breakfast cake, right? So how many people has had like cereal? You guys like cereal? Show of hands, show of hearts, show of thumbs, show of something, right? You guys like cereal. One of the things that I've had when growing up was a whole bunch of cereal. So I want to make a cereal cake, kind of a nostalgic breakfast, right? Yeah, so tune in with me as I show you guys the special tips and tricks on how to make this easy cake in just a short amount of time, okay? So I'll go ahead and get started. You guys will see me reposition. So the first thing you're going to need, we can talk about that in a second. Making sure that I'm repositioning. How's this for you guys? Awesome. So the first thing you're going to need some cake, right? You're going to need some cake. I just used a half a sphere of cake in order to bake this, right? I want to create a bowl. So I have a half sphere pan. This is not the one that I use, but this is the one that I have right here. So get your half sphere pan going. Obviously, you're going to need a cake board. You're going to need some fondant, any brand of fondant, a little bit of gum paste, and you're going to need some cereal. I just happen to have this Post cereal from the Sour Patch Kids, right? I could make this cereal out of fondant, but nobody wants to spend 6 hours making cereal, okay? And my son picked this out. Many of me picked this out. What's up, Aaron? How are you? Awesome. Oh, and then you're gonna need some buttercream. Okay, you can simply use buttercream or ganache for this, but I'm gonna stick with some buttercream. Okay, and then I'll just pre-mix some buttercream. This is just American buttercream. You can use Swiss meringue. You can use whatever your favorite is. A porridge cake. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna give that a little mix up. That's just gonna help me remove all the air there, and then we're gonna get started. Okay. So it's super simple. I'm actually gonna wear gloves for this one because I don't want to touch anything. So I just washed my hands, don my gloves. This is real cake that I'm working with. Although it's not going to anybody, it's still real cake. How are you guys doing today? Who's up? Who's excited? Who has their alarm set to watch every single demo? So the first thing I do here, now that I've unwrapped my cake, is literally just the hash for it baked, right? It almost kind of resembles a cereal bowl already, if we take a look at it. And then I want to put it on here, my cake board. So this is going to be super simple. I'll show you guys. You just got up. I actually just got up too, guys. I'm having coffee, but you guys can't see it. I slept in today. I've never really slept in. So I love it. But the first thing you're going to do is you probably want to get a turntable. Shout out to Ruth Ricky. But get you a turntable. Yeah, watch as many as you can. Remember, if you guys miss some of the videos, then they will be tagged in the Icing Inspirations group under the Cake Around the Clock 2. Maybe it'll be 2.0, but you guys will see it, okay? So I'm actually not going to trim this cake because this is going to serve for purposes for me. I like it. It's almost like if you take a look at it, you can kind of see like this is the bowl here, and then this will be the part where the cereal goes. I want the cereal to look like I have a massive amount, so I am going to not trim this cake at all. When this cake came out of the oven, I just took a hot tea towel or a little towel and pressed it down in order to compact it some, okay? And I kind of got a flat base. So yes. Oh, thank you so much, Mercedes. You're so sweet. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Tammy. Thanks for tuning in. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same board that I used that I'm going to display my cake on. You don't have to waste boards here. If you have a little imperfections, that's perfectly fine. Cakes are not always supposed to be perfect, but that's the beauty of being a good decorator, right? Covering up your mistakes and your flaws. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start spreading buttercream over it. Look how smooth that buttercream is. This literally comes from mixing your buttercream on a low setting to remove all of the air out of it. And then I'm just going to be quite liberal with that buttercream at first. Now this is a red velvet cake. Some people can say, why don't you use cream cheese, right? This can be flavored with cream cheese. I do not advise using cream cheese when we're using fondant, as the enzymes in the cream cheese can break down the fondant. This is like probably one of the most simple, impactful cakes that a person can make. Like so many people at the bakery were like, oh my goodness, that is not cake. And I was just like, yes, it is. It's like, it is cake. Now pay $65, $75 for it. Yeah, this is American buttercream. But you can definitely use Italian or French meringue. All you have to do is mix it at a low setting, and you really want to remove all the air out. Now, if you're doing cupcakes, you can do the same thing. I like to do this so that I don't have to do much work when I'm actually like frosting and spreading my frosting around. So cool. You guys see that? We are almost done actually, which is funny. So you can take your spatula tool, whatever it is that you have here. You don't really need a lot. I don't like a lot of frosting on my cakes. If you wanted to cut this cake and tort it, you can, but you have to really be mindful of the shape, because the cake will grow in height, which will throw off the kind of proportions of what it is, okay? So I'm just resting my spatula and making my turntable do the work in order to kind of smooth it down. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'll show you guys how you can make it perfect. How many people are familiar with acetate sheets? It never comes out this smooth. Oh, you gotta send me a message. Hey, Karen, I miss you. Let's talk about that. So, how many people are familiar with acetate sheets? So, this is literally an acetate sheet. I don't even know where I got this from, but I think it came in like something when I bought tips. But I'm going to use this to ice my cake, simply because it's flexible and it allows me to go around the curvature of the cake, okay? So, I'm going to start at one end here. You see how I can cup it? Here, and I'm literally just going to pull over, allowing it to do the work for me. And then I'm turning counterclockwise while I'm pulling straight up. So I'm turning this way and pulling up at the same time. So turn and pull. And notice I haven't even cleaned off the acetate. So turn and pull, turn and pull, turn and pull, turn and pull, turn and pull. Look, that's pretty smooth already. Let me just clean out this acetate. So what's you guys' favorite cereal? I want to know. Like, have you guys had cereal in the morning? I miss you too, Karen. I miss you too. Have you guys had cereal? What's your favorite cereal? Do me a favor. Drop your favorite cereal in the comments, right? Maybe I'll make that into like a ice cream flavor or something. I don't know. Again, I'm using some super sweet cereal that my son picked out. I'm going to show you guys. I thought it was hilarious. What's interesting is that we've had this cereal for quite some time, and he still hasn't eaten it. I think it's because it's too sweet, and I think that he didn't do as much, or he didn't think that it would taste as sweet as it did. You know how children are. Cool. So I'm going to call this guy done. You don't have to be perfect. You just don't want like super dense. So if you see that, just take and run it over and smooth it over. Because the fondant that we put on this cake is going to allow us to do it. It's going to cover up all of that, okay? So if you guys know me, I keep a wet towel and a dry towel by hand so that you can quickly clean your surface. I'm just going to take this guy and pop it in the freezer while you guys take a look at Ruth Ricky's mat. Awesome. Yes, I am a fan of Captain Crunch Golden Grahams. I actually have brand cereal here. That's what I was eating for breakfast. Yes, Cocoa Puffs. Those are all good. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good. You guys should start mixing your cereals, right? I challenge somebody to mix some Captain Crunch with some Cinnamon Toast Crunch and see what happens. Let me know if you guys like it. Fruit Loops, Cocoa Puffs, everything. Lucky Charms are magically delicious. That is hilarious. Cool. See, look. But would you guys eat this cereal? No? You wouldn't eat this? Show up fingers and thumbs if you would eat Sour Patch Kids cereal. What's up, Julia? So, now it's time to make done. Exactly. That cereal is kind of weird, right? So now it's time to make the spoon, right? So if you notice in the photo here, in this photo, you really only kind of need this part of the spoon. Why? Because if you're eating cereal, why would your spoon not be in the cereal? So we only need to make this portion of the spoon. Here, I just happen to have these cool spoons here. So I'll use that. Taryn loves it. Oh my goodness, it's disgusting. Well, that's unfortunate, okay? I'm so sorry. This is horrible. Yeah, I don't even eat the Sour Patch candies because it's too much like citric acid. First you go sweet, then you go sour, right? It like burns my tongue. But I'm a sucker for Reese's cups, okay? Anything peanut butter chocolate, I want you guys to send it to me. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Marissa. Cool, so let's go ahead and make this. So just the ordinary spoon. If you guys have soup spoons, it really doesn't matter which spoon. So I'll show you guys a variety of spoons that I have. Don't judge me. You're gonna be like, why you got so many different types of silverware? But I do have sets, guys. So, but you can use any spoon. Any spoon works. If you have plastic spoons, they work too because you could just toss it out or do something whenever. Okay. I'm gonna use that one. This is the good spoon. This guy is heavy. So we'll just... No, not Reese Cup cereal. I mean like Reese Cups candy. I don't want like candy cereal. I think that's weird, Eva. So I'm just gonna take some gum paste here. That's more than enough. This is how I measure. I figure out what it is that I need and I just kind of gauge. If it's not enough, then we'll just make some more. All right. So first you want to condition your gum paste. This is just a vegetable fat. This is Crisco. I'm in the US. If you guys are over in the UK, I believe you can get Crisco, but you could definitely use Trex too. I'm just going to take just a little bit, tap that guy on here, and then get to kneading that. You're laughing so hard. Exactly. What's up, Miss Spence? So who's excited for today? I mean, like, who's marked their calendars and set their alarms for the demos? I know that I'm going to be tuning in for as long as I can. And I'm just continuing to need my gum paste here. If you guys notice, you see how it has that stretchiness to it? You really want that stretchiness to the gum paste because it's basically activating the glue. You would do the same thing if you were working with fondant. This is going to ensure that you don't have any cracks. This is satinized gum paste right here. I use whatever gum paste I have on hand. So I've used satinized Renshaw Sweet Art Master. I've used Faith's gum paste. I've used my own gum paste. I've made gum paste from the Nicholas Lodge recipe. So it's just whatever gum paste. As long as it dries out, it's fine. You can surely substitute this part for modeling chocolate as well, especially if it's going to a child, so that they can eat it, okay? Cool. So you're going to take... I'm not going to use any powdered sugar or cornstarch here. Oh, you finally caught me on Sugar Rush. Yay. If you guys haven't found it or checked it out, make sure you check out. It's kind of 2 years old now, but I'm still talking about it. So go check out Sugar Rush, Netflix, episode 7, season 1. Or you can watch me on Food Network Thanksgiving, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade from last year with Sarah Weber. Cool, so I'm just going to take that. I'm going to take my homemade rolling pin. This is like the most amazing rolling pin, 10 feet for like $2, right? Just a PVC pipe. And then I'm going to roll it. Notice I'm not going all the way to the edge. I'm just going to roll in the center, do a quarter turn. My objective here is to get it long while still maintaining a certain consistency or thickness. And I kind of want to go as thin as possible. If you feel uncomfortable, you can surely coax it, kind of like that. If you guys feel like massaging, if you look at that, then you'll see that it actually gets thinner. But I want it more thin than long. Speaking of Mini-Me, he actually just came in the kitchen getting yogurt. What? Yeah, I was on Sugar Rush. It was fun. So pretty thin, right, or thin enough. So you want it to have some type of structure. You can always roll it super thin, but it might be difficult to work with. And remember that smoothing thing. If you have ridges, like I don't really have a ridge, but let's call it, I think I made a ridge. Then you can take your rolling pin and just glide it across the surface to smooth it out. See that? Easy peasy. Breezy. Boom. How do you keep your fondant from drying out so quickly, especially when covering the cake? I've been using the mat and it helps, but I wish I could roll it out on most bakers. So, one, you have to condition your fondant. Make sure you condition it. It should look like chewed up gum when you're stretching it and roll it. After you do that, make sure that you have a purpose. Right? So when you finish conditioning it, your cake should already be ready so that once you roll it out, you can go and cover your cakes simply like that. Then, and you'll see, actually, there's some tutorials that are going to be later in the day, and I advise you guys to check out the calendar and some of those amazing snapshots because I believe there's a fondant fundamental that's happening later on tonight with another artist. So make sure that you guys tune in, okay? So I'm going to kind of pre-condition or pre-trim my fondant. You could surely lay it over a piece of here. Let's do it like that. We'll just lay it over and then we'll massage because we all can massage, right? Not everybody has a tool. So you guys remember my story about the tools. Not everybody has a tool. So you can surely massage this down here. And you can kind of see the outline of the spoon now. Then you would take a clean, sharp blade and work toward it, following along the curvature of the spoon. Making sure that you just pull one time. You really don't want to go in like a sawing motion. No saws, okay? If you have a clean blade, then that shouldn't happen. You say, oh, look, Blake, but your blade is dirty. That's why you keep that wet towel and that dry towel so that you can wipe it off and continue to work in a decent flow without being set behind too much. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to start my initial cut, if you guys can see. And then I'm just going to take the blade and follow along my spoon. Perfect. Pull off or cut off any like strays here. Oh, whatever. Don't have to be perfect. Remember, we're not even going to use that part. But you want to smooth this guy out. Smooth it out. Set it down. I like to put a little air between my spoon. Basically, it's lifting up the gum paste or medium that you're using, lifting it up and putting it back. This will prevent any sticking. If you guys are in a superhuman area, just take a little poof, throw it on here, prevent any sticking. Set it back, tidy up your edges. Okay? So if you want the spoon to be displayed, and we're going to paint this later silver, then you could surely dry it on this form, just like this. And let it air dry. Or you can just pop it in the oven for a super low setting for a short amount of time, or put it in your dehydrator. But you will just let this air dry. I've already made one. I'm only going to use this portion of the spoon because I want it to stick down into the cake. So you'll just simply cut here like such. And then this part you will set aside to dry. So we'll do that. Cool. Any questions so far? After I saw having those rollers, I'm gonna say exactly right. You can like buy all of these rollers in like so many different sizes, you know, and it really takes some getting used to using these. But I like these PVC rollers, and they're lightweight. So when I'm traveling to wherever you are, because you guys are reaching out, you guys are going to reach out. You see what I'm doing here, and say, hey Blake, I want you to come to my city and teach. So when I'm traveling there, I bring rolling pins with me because I go to the the kind of like the home hardware store or something, Home Depot or Menards or somewhere, and I just pick up the stuff that I need there. Period. Cool. So I'm just gonna take a towel, wipe that surface, dry it off. Uh-oh. Good morning, Peggy. Good morning. Have you had your coffee yet? Sending you guys some waves. So I know that my cake is still in the freezer, right? I'm just going to leave it in the freezer, right? Because I don't need it now. I want to prep everything else because we are working on a nice, a quick kind of design. Now it's time to prep my fondant. Oh yes, you've had your coffee? You beat me, right? I'm like having coffee now. What's up, Miss Flores? This should be enough. Cool. So I took a ball of fondant about the size of my fist. I have big hands, y'all. Look. So that's the measurement. Actually, it'll be from here. So about 3 inches. I'm trying to pull like a Nicholas Lodge. I don't know how to use those guide sizes, but that. And then basically I want to do the same thing. Yeah, you're late, Judy, but it's no worries because this is going to be available for replay. And let's just stay on. Good morning, Stacy. So I'm just kneading my fondant. This is Satin Ice fondant. Use whatever brand you have at home. If you make your own, they all work the same. Well, sort of the same. So use whatever brand you like to work with. I'm just going to add a little bit of shortening here. I'm really bad about covering my fondant. So I have to do extra work in order to kind of recondition it. Oh, is that sound soothing for you guys? I know some people find that satisfying. I think it's quite like annoying. But anyway, I'm conditioning my fondant. See that? Ooh. I think I'm feeling goofy today. I don't know. Magic rolling pin. Just set that aside. Now it's time to pull your cake out of the freezer, okay? Or take a sip of coffee. Cool. See cake out of the freezer. Just touching it. It's still kind of tacky. If this was frozen solid, then you would just take I'll show you in a second how to fix it if it was frozen solid. But it's important that now you clean this board. Notice my fondant is still not covered. Told you guys I was bad about that. But you don't need it if you work quickly. If you don't work quickly or if you're a cake noob, then please take a piece of plastic wrap. It's not hard. Set it over your fondant. Or you can take a bowl or a container, whatever. Set it over your fondant so that the guy doesn't dry out, okay? Or the gal, whatever it is that you want to call it. I say guy because a lot of guys I know don't put on lotion. So I compare it to that of the lotion. So I'm just going to clean this board really quickly. This is my wet towel, not the dry towel, guys. Boom, easy board. You could cover this board if you want to upcharge people. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to waste my fondant. And I'm going to set this guy to the side, okay? Yeah, make this for your children. And make sure you tag me in the picture, okay? So I want to see. You can take a little cornstarch poof, 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 poof. Move, whatever that is. Poof, poof, poof. Boom, that's all I need. There. Set this here. I wore white today because I wore blue today, even though I'm using white fondant, because I'm bold and adventurous. So, quarter turns. Try to keep it the shape of your item. If you can't do that, then practice. Pop any air bubbles that's there. But if you do a quarter turn instead of a 90-degree turn, it'll tend to stay in the shape, okay? So like a quarter turn, stay in the shape. Another quarter turn, back and forth. Quarter turn, back and forth. It's really hot where I'm at. Unfortunately, guys, I don't even have central air, which is crazy, right? Like, who lives in 2020 without central air? And I'm... So this is why you see me use corn flour and corn starch on my bench. Quarter turn. See, and it relatively stays the right shape. Quarter turn. And I'm just rolling this out to be big enough to cover the cake that I have. How do you know? You would measure the circumference of the cake. You guys don't even have to like super do that. This is actually going to be at the bottom, so you won't even be able to see it. And then remember, smooth it out. This is when you become professional. you just take that and smooth it out. So if you messed up your fondant, just go and smooth it out. If you don't have one of these cool homemade rolling pins, just use your fondant smoother. Smooth it out. It should glide along. If it's tacky up top, then you need to add some cornstarch. So, not too much, just enough. What's up, Drew? Who else is excited? Look, I told y'all need to be tuning in, and guess who's coming up? It sounds like everybody who's going to be demoing is coming up, so you guys make sure you stick around. I know that Drew just popped in the comments, and he's going to be making some amazing modern foliage and floral arrangements. So, and that's just in just under maybe like 20, 25, 30 minutes. I don't know what time it is, but yeah, just under that time. So it's 8:30 or 9:30 where you guys are, and then you just want to release. Right, release. So if you don't feel comfortable picking up the fondant like that, like this, then surely take your rolling pin and roll it up. Take it, go to the side, cover it like that. Boom. If your cake is not sticking, or if it's not sticking to the cake, you can surely mist your cake with some H2O. Cool. And then I just want to work my fondant down the sides, kind of like you would if you were covering a regular round cake, except this one is easy because it's flat at the bottom. See, like that. It doesn't even have to be perfect. You can surely go crazy with details, designs, and all this extra stuff that's going to be on here on the side, depending on who the client is. Fondant smoother. Just like that. Boom. X-Acto or tool. It doesn't matter. I'm showing you guys all these different tools because not everybody has the same thing. So I'll use this guy. It's like a little plastic spatula or something. And I'm basically coming along, and I just want to trim along. I actually don't want to use that because I have to press more. But you see that it pulls out, but I don't want to use that. So if you guys use X-Actos, just be careful. Don't press too hard down because you'll cut your board. And then I'm letting the turntable do the work. Let the turntable do the work. Guess what? This fondant, we're going to use it. Cool. Run your fingers along the edge of the cake. Here, you're basically getting rid of that rough edge. Do you see that? So run your fingers along the cake, right? 9:30, our time, 8:30, whatever time. I don't know what time it is. I'm Central Time, and everything is in Eastern Time. And I've been talking to people in Australian time, and time in Dublin, and all the other times. But yeah, make sure at 10 a.m. Eastern, you tune in for Drew Padalecki. Look what I just did. So I'm flipping my cake over. Let me move this guy. I'm going to flip it over. Don't be scared. Okay? Just flip it over. Actually, you want to release it first. Like that. Boom. If you have another cake board, that's awesome. If you don't, then that's fine too. Just take this guy. Take that frosting off. Wet towel, dry towel. Wet towel, dry towel to clean off that board. Boom. Place your cake back. See? Look at that. Use a little bit of buttercream to secure it, and I'm going to pop it back in the freezer while I get the rest of it because it's really hot up in my house. So. Hey, Blake, you forgot to put frosting on the top. That's where the cereal go, people. So just take that, pull that frosting down, like such. You can surely do this. Now, you don't have to refrigerate it. I actually probably won't for sake of time. But you just want to take that leftover fondant here Thank you, Avalon. Oh, Avalon. What's up, Kathleen? I'm just re-kneading that fondant, the one that I used already. If you got color or cake crumbs in it, it doesn't matter. This part is going to be covered up. Nobody's going to see it. So, need that. I'm going to move this cake to the side, guys. Okay? Need that. And now we all know how to make like little sausages, snakes, logs, rolls, whatever it is that we want to call it. I'm going to roll at a diagonal. Look. So notice when I roll, I'm opening my hands here. So roll and open, roll and open. That's just going to allow you to get a little bit more even pressure. So roll and open. Roll and open. Say it with me. Y'all got to type it in the comments. Roll and open. Roll and open. If you don't feel comfortable using that, then you can surely use a fondant smoother to get you more even and consistent lines. I'm just going to cut the ends off of here. Rolling open, guys. And then this is more so of a beveled action. So like a, I don't know how to show you guys, but like this. Exactly, rolling open. This is gonna be like, oh, for all you people who love those fondant extruders that I keep breaking, yeah, now you should be jealous because you only can fit a certain amount in that fondant extruder. So, rolling open. Cool, simple enough. Yes, learning breakfast while eating breakfast is, I love it. I didn't even think about that. So that should be long enough. If you want to measure precise, this is quite long. Then obviously you would just take a tape measure and measure around. Okay? Cool. So I'm just going to take a fancy paintbrush, cheapest brush possible, and I'm going to go around the edges here because guess what? I'm just going to create the lip of my bowl. Just a little bit of water. You don't need a lot. And then I'm going to cut this at an angle. I learned this trick from Sardar Yerner. This is how you create a seamless kind of, or kind of quite seamless, as close to seamless blend as possible. And then you just want to place it, figure out where the front of your cake is. This cake is pretty awesome. So I can use whatever side to be the front because it was so simple. And I'm literally just going to take my rope and set it on the edges. Right, can you guys see that? Hopefully I didn't cover it up too much for you. And then where the join is, even if it's not perfect, I just want to give myself a nice little cut like that. You can always go back, play with it, do like this, you'll see. And then I'm going to, once this cake is finished, I'm going to post a whole bunch of pictures in the comments so that you guys can see. And I'm going to try to do it quickly so you won't think that I went in to go fix anything. But, yeah, I'm going to do it quickly. I didn't even refrigerate this at all. And the parts here, like you could just take that up and just kind of gently push it back. So I want to see you guys' nostalgic breakfast cakes. If you don't want to bake a cake to make this, then use a half of a sphere of styrofoam to do it. Cool. But I do want to see you guys' nostalgic breakfast cakes. So, now that that's done, guess what? It's time for some cereal, guys. Some cereal. I'm going to take some buttercream here. This buttercream. You can thin down buttercream. You can use royal icing, but just make sure that it's like super poofy and airy. You can use kind of whatever you want to, as long as it's white. Because, or like, it depends. If you have almond milk like tan, But it looks better with white milk. so, so take some buttercream. You can thin it down with water if you have American buttercream. I did an ice cream bowl cake and I loved it. Yep. And you're just going to put literally like globs of buttercream on. I didn't thin this down. It's the same consistency. Globs of buttercream. Buttercream globs. If you're using a crusting buttercream, you will kind of want to work quickly or within the time frame that doesn't allow for it to crust. Because that would suck if you go to add your cereal on it and you couldn't because it was crusted. So that's pretty much enough here. Right? And we'll set that to the side. And then we have to think about it, right? So if you look at this picture that I've done, there's like these milk drops, right? And I think I know why I put those milk drops there. So, you know that seam that I was telling you about that you can kind of sort of see from the top, but you can't really see from the side, actually. You just cover that up. Need your piece of fondant. Whatever, break it off. There you go, 2 pieces of fondant. You can roll it into a ball. Here, teardrop. So a ball, and then a teardrop, or teardrop-esque, what will look like a splash. This is now tacky, so I probably don't even need water to attach it. And you literally just attach it to the side like that. I'm gonna do one more. This one I'll do skinny. Maybe skinny. If you don't feel comfortable, I can't roll a teardrop. I need to stop trying to like read questions and roll. Yes, American buttercream does take longer to crust when it's more thinned out because it has more liquid in it. Now don't go making soup, okay? Because the soup won't work. It'll just break it down. So just like that. And then this one, it's just gonna come up just a little bit more. Just like that. If they get stuck together, nobody cares. From the side, they look like drips. Because that part is gonna be covered up. What's up, Varsha? How you doing? Hey, Kim. Cool. So guess what? Now it's time to take some cereal, guys. I bet you're probably thinking like, what happened to that spoon he made? It must not be ready. We ain't got to that part yet, y'all. So now we're going to take that cereal. My son's favorite cereal. That Post Sour Patch Kids brand. And we're literally, you can take whatever your favorite cereal is. Read and roll, read and roll. Good morning, Tina. You can pour this over here. I've done this quite a bit. Or you can just take it out by hand and place it like that. And then you want to pack this guy down. Did you hear that sound effect, guys? You have to do that when you're adding your cereal to your bowl. You have to make that noise. Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, Pam. I almost forgot to do it. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I've been in quarantine way too long, y'all. Like way too long. What's funny, hey, whoever that is trying to come into my video, I appreciate it, but I'm not letting you in. This is about me. No, I'm certain you guys pressed the wrong button. Sound effects are necessary, exactly. And then just shove it in there, right? And it's okay if you see some gaps. If you see some gaps in there, that is fine. Because guess what's up underneath the gaps? Milk. Oh, I'm gonna put some cereal on the board too, because I don't know about you guys, but kids, they're messy when they eat cereal. At least mine is. I always find cereal like on the floor or somewhere. I'm talking lower because he's close by. So this is what it's looking like so far. You got, and I'll show a different angle in a second. But we're gonna take that, set it aside, because we're almost done, guys. Super easy, super duper duper easy. So remember that piece that I made? Voila! It's dry. Actually, it's the magic of TV. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I'm just going to mix some color because I want to paint this, because I don't know any spoons that are white unless you have plastic spoons, which are perfectly fine if that's your thing, but I don't eat cereal off of plastic spoons. I eat them off metal spoons. Those metal spoons. So I'm just going to take a little bit of highlighter. So this is silver. You can surely use any metallic paint. This one is highlighter. It's going to be a display. Nobody's going to eat this. And then you would just take a little bit of vodka. I like to put my vodka labeled in here so I can sneak it into the airport and put drops into my mouth while I'm going through security. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. But I'm just going to take a little bit of highlighter and put a couple drops of vodka there. You can use grain alcohol. That's just vodka. I don't know which brand of highlighter this is. I know that I got it from Carrie Vincent. This is Elemental Colors. So, and then I'm going to mix that really well into a nice thick paint. Hopefully that consistency is right. I always mess up my consistency whenever I'm doing a demo, okay? And then I'm literally just gonna take this guy. Notice that curve there. That's that spoon realism right there. And I'm just gonna paint it. You wanna use something high proof so that it evaporates very quickly. I'm using gloves so I don't have to worry about it being on my hands. But Blake, why didn't you paint that first so it has time to dry? Because you're gonna be doing something else, okay? That's gonna be drying because you're using high proof alcohol. If you find that your spoon gets stuck, or your gun paste gets stuck, it just means that it's not dry all the way. So if you're going to release it from the spoon here and it gets stuck, it's not dry. So I'll set that to the side while we create a little bit of shine, y'all. Y'all like Beyonce's song, like shining, shining, shining. That's what we're about to do to these milk drops. Okay? You can take some oil. I have like olive oil because that's what's close by. Don't be like me because this costs too much to be putting on cakes. So use vegetable oil, or you can use confectioner's glaze. Or you just melt down some vegetable fat. It doesn't really matter at all. And then you would take a clean paintbrush. Which brand of silver dust do I use? That's Elemental Colors. I don't know where you can find those guys, but I like to use whatever I have that's on stock. That's all. No biggie. And then I'm just going to dip this in. Boom. Don't let me see y'all putting olive oil on y'all cakes. And then I'm just going to brush that. Give it like a wet effect. Boom. Just like that. You remember that amazing piece of, what was it that we just made, a spoon? We're just going to take this. Take a knife. You couldn't do this beforehand because this is gum paste. It can go directly into here. If you wanted to make that on the skewer, you can. But I'm literally just going to cut like a little hole here. See that hole? Take this guy. Shove it into there just like that. And then cover that hole back up. Now everyone's like, oh my gosh, look, they just paid $60 Or like $30 extra for some like details that was so easy. Or however much you charge for your cakes. Don't get me to like misquote you on prices on this live. I'm just talking, y'all. Yep. So you can use oil to create a glaze. And guess what, y'all? This cake is finished. I'm about to show y'all. It's gonna be a weird like movement. Don't judge my background either, because that's how the background looks. But look at that. That's finished. Y'all see that spoon? Serving spoon realness with the thinness there. Make sure you guys push that down enough so that it doesn't like, oh, I just broke it. Up, just stand it up. If you break it, just stand it back up and just repaint it like that. Touch that up. It's okay. Whatever. It's broken now, y'all. I broke the spoon. It is what it is. I'll fix it because I got another one sitting right there. You see that? Awesome. So guess what? It is time for the giveaway. Give me some love if you guys like what I did, okay? Yeah. Oh, look, that's funny. Or you can just like, oh, it's for now. Now it's for a kid. It's a baby spoon. So show me some love if you guys like what I did. I'll bring you guys back up. So I think I'm right on time. Here, I'll turn my timer off. I think I'm right on time. Make sure you guys tune in because Drew Padalecki is going to be next. As I've said before, there's going to be a whole bunch of amazing demos. And hopefully you guys were listening, right? Because I have a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a FMM and Sugar Press prize pack to one lucky person who is following along all the way, okay? So, my question. And you do need to note that your first response is considered an entry, so you better think about it before you enter. I made your day. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Y'all just make me so happy. Make sure you share this, okay? Make me even happier, guys. I've been kind of sad. I've been working, and everybody's been at home. So I'm kind of jealous, but I'm grateful at the same time. Cool. So my question is, what brand of cereal makes the Sour Patch Kids cereal that my son loves? What brand? Comment below and we'll go ahead and look at it. Okay? Make sure you comment. Y'all better start commenting. What was the brand? I said it 4 times. I even showed y'all. Thank you. I miss you too, Tina. Hey, Toy, and hey. Yeah. You gotta have. I see the answers starting to roll in. The answers are rolling in. I see some of them. Some are right, some are not. Some are good, some are kind of crazy. But what brand? Who makes the Sour Patch Kids cereal? Shining, yeah. Oh, look, I can do like this. All of this money, I've been losing my mind. Oh, that's kind of hot, right? It's kind of weird. I'll just go over here so you guys can get a better... Look, my cake is just bright. It's shining bright like the diamonds, okay? It's kind of weird. Why is it so bright? There you go. Ah, there it goes. Oh, slow me down. And there's the milk cake. I don't know why it's so bright, guys. Oh, it looks like we might have a winner. So we'll see. I'm just waiting for my moderator to post it. Boom. Make sure you guys tune in 6 minutes. Guess what? Drew is going to be live. So go support him just like you supported me. I appreciate you guys. And then the winner is going to be announced in the comments. Do me a favor. Make sure you reach out to Icing Inspirations email. I can't remember what it is right now. I think it's like info@icinginspirations.com. And send them your contact information once they announce it here in the comments, okay? Oh, you just tuned in. Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate it. Yay, congratulations, Julie. Hanratty Chromie, which I probably butchered your name, but I'm so sorry. But Julie, do me a favor. Reach out to Chrissy as she has your prize packed. Woo! Everybody show some love for Julie. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to finish my coffee. Tune in 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Drew Padalecki, modern foliage and floral accents. It's gonna be amazing. I've been waiting on this guy to do a demo for forever. So tune in. Thank you guys. Thank you again. See you guys later.